All right, guys. So we are going to go through a beginner workout today. I wrote it on my lovely whiteboard right here. So this is something that you can do literally every single week for like, say, a month or two. And you can progress this super easy, real easy moves. I'll show you how to do each one. We'll have the rest periods. We'll have the sets, the reps, and I'll do it all along with you. So it's a total follow along workout. So here's the moves right here. So the first one is going to be a kettlebell swing. It's going to be a two-hand swing. We're going to do 3 sets of 12 of that. Then we'll move on to a clean to squat for 4 sets of 8. We can go heavy with that one, but I'm going to stick with the same weight for all of these. So that way, obviously, you guys can see that the entire workout can be done with just one kettlebell. And then we'll superset. So A1, A2, superset, floor press, and bent over rows for 3 by 10 to 12. And the last exercise will be kind of our cool down. It'll be a windmill. So I'll show you how to do all of these, and we'll go get started now. So we're going to do everything in this workout with one 24-kilo kettlebell. So this is Grunt Fitness. Shout out to Grunt Fitness. I'll link their stuff in the bottom. So 124 kilo, if you're like my weight, I'm about 165. I've been training for a while, so I have like a decent background in training. I'm pretty strong for my size, so 24 kilo is a really good starting weight for this one. If you're like brand new to kettlebells and haven't trained a long time, if you're a guy, 16 kilo is a really good weight to start with. And if you're a lady, like an 8 kilo or maybe a 12 kilo is a good weight to start with. But we're using the 24 kilo for the entire workout. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get started with a warm up. So I'm gonna do 12 to 15 bodyweight squats and then 12 to 15 push-ups. We'll do 3 rounds of that and then we'll get into the workout. So, all right, so we're gonna start off with our bodyweight squats. Nice and easy, literally just arms out, or up close if you want to. We're gonna do for 12 of these. So it's 5, 6, 7. Sometimes I'll lose count, so keep me honest if I do, because I do forget reps all the time. Honestly, just to get our knees moving and get warmed up just a little bit, because I'm 42 years old and I ain't trying to feel achy while I'm doing a workout. All right, so then jump into push-ups. And go as wide or narrow as you want, and we'll do 12 to 10 of those. Whew. So the first exercise is going to be a kettlebell swing, but we're still going to do a little bit of a warm up before we do that, just body weight. If you're only working with like a lighter weight, swings are a really good way to warm up your entire body super quick. That's why I usually throw them at the beginning of my workout. So grab that guy after we finish this warm up. Since we'll be warmed up already, we'll stick with the 24 kilo for the whole thing. But if you have a lighter weight and you plan on going heavier, you can start with that lighter weight and then progress your way through the sets and maybe add an extra set. So we'll do some more body weight squats. These are all creaky. Gotta love it. All right, and then some more push-ups. All right, done with the warm-up. Just doing 2 rounds of that. If you need more, do more, obviously. We're gonna grab our kettlebell and we're gonna start off with 3 sets of 12 reps of swings. And remember, it's all in the hips. So for your setup, you're gonna take about a shoulder width stance, maybe slightly wider. You're gonna drive your hips back, grab the bell, pull your lats in just like you're doing a deadlift, and swing the shoulder height. So make sure that you're using all your hips. There's no squatting in it, so it's more of a hinge movement. So it's almost like jumping without your feet leaving the ground. So think hinge the whole time. If you have to put your hands like in the crease of your hips and push back like that to get started, that's totally fine. But this will be our first set. We're gonna do 3 sets of 12 of swings. Let's go. Whew. Okay, so usually for moves like this, I'll do straight sets for the first couple exercises at least, just so you can really focus on the movement. And we'll take about a minute rest. I'll put a timer on here for you guys. I'm gonna like feel it out. Usually I'll wait till my heart rate's like below 115, 120, and then I'll hit the next set. We're just getting warmed up right now though, so I'm only at like 106. So you can keep it on that if you want to. But usually a minute. Let's just chill here. And breathe really heavy. We're in the garage, so obviously it's like 90 degrees right now. Don't have the fan going either, so you can always turn that on. Once your minute's up, almost there, you can hit it. Set 2. All right, it's 2 sets down. We are like 2 minutes into the workout. Remember, on the swings, to be explosive in your hips, so it's a ballistic movement, so don't like try to swing the weight with your shoulders. Try to let your hips do all the work. You don't have to have your arms fully extended either. You can bring them in a little bit. As the weight gets heavier, it's a lot harder to do a swing full extended arms. So put a little bit of a bend in your elbow, totally fine. Some of you guys are gonna come after me about that. I don't really care, it's fine, you do it. As you can see, we're working up a good sweat. We're almost 3 minutes into the workout. Whew, a couple more seconds. Honestly, I'm not even keeping track of time, but it's about a minute. So this will be our last set of 12, and then we'll get into the big stuff. So remember, be explosive each rep, 12 more, last set. Okay, that's our first exercise. So next we've got clean and squat. All right, so chilling here, got our belt between our feet. We're going to do a single arm clean to a squat. So this is also a ballistic movement just like the swing. So I like to start with the weight like right between my feet, maybe a little bit further back. So you're gonna grab your hand, put it on the inside corner of that kettlebell. Same thing, pack your lat, drop those hips back. Bring your butt up as much as you can so you feel your hamstrings get tight, and you're gonna clean it in the front rack and then drop into a squat, and that's 1 rep. So we'll be doing 4 sets of 8, so we're gonna alternate side to side, so 8 total reps. So get your belt that you're comfortable with. I'm gonna stick with 24 like I said. As you can see, it's doing plenty of work for me right now, so let's get this party started. 8 reps. Okay, same thing. You're gonna take about a minute rest. So remember, on your squats, don't shortchange your depth. So obviously I have pretty good mobility, so I'm getting way down here, but try to get to at least parallel. If you can get lower than that, obviously, phenomenal. But usually, when you start doing stuff like this, you'll find like as the sets go on, you get a little bit lower, a little bit lower. So, like I said, I'm a little freak here, so I've got like crazy good mobility when it comes to squat. It's a lot of ankle mobility. Obviously, my knees, I have no pain at all, so it's pretty solid for a dude in his 40s, you know, who apparently is old to some people. So we'll take a minute rest here. Just take your time and breathe. Whew. If anybody else that's in Florida, be sure to like comment below, let me know, because these like non-summertime workouts are brutal. It's like, what is it, like October right now, and it feels like it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees still in the garage. Also, don't have much airflow. So. Anyways, set 2. Remember, weight between feet, hips back, inside corner of the bell, back that lat, be explosive each rep, and then drop all the way as low as you can in the squat. Let's go. Whew, that is 2 sets down. I'm gonna switch angles on you guys while we take a little rest, and you can see it from kind of a better side view for those of you that really wanna like focus and dial in on technique. Same thing, 4 sets, 8 reps, change angles on you guys so that way you can kind of get a better view, because I know sometimes up front it's like, it's iffy. But 3rd set, we're going for 4 sets, 8 of these, remember? So we're halfway there. All right, if you're like me, I went and got a sweat towel because I'm a little drippy in here. So make sure you either chalk up or use a sweat towel, because the last thing you want to do is lose that bell in your hands. So set 3, let's go. Oh, okay, this is brutal. So it's not every day that everybody gets to just train with me, but I'm gonna try to make this a thing so that way do like a cool little progression for you guys. Like, this is more of a beginner workout. Throw a couple more beginner ones in, like maybe focus on mobility, or just straight up strength, and then, you know, intermediate, advanced. So if you like this one, let me know, and let me know what you would like to see on any future videos. And like I said, you can run this for a couple of months as one of your workouts for the week. So you don't have to change it up every single week. So we're still breathing. All right, 150, wonderful. Haven't taken a break. I actually breathe because I'm too busy talking. Trying to keep you guys motivated and occupied. All right, so this is our 4th and final set. So 4 sets, 8 reps. Remember, I don't do a lot of talking while I'm working out because I like to actually focus on the movement. That's just me. Still went kind of light, but it's still kicking my butt. Remember, keep your elbow inside on that clean. Nice, smooth transition up to the top. Make sure you're losing that grip just a little bit. If you really pay attention to my hand when I'm cleaning the kettlebell, you'll see that I kind of open it up to let it rotate, so it's a nice, smooth, like, boop, and then slam your forearm or slam your elbow, or your shoulder rather. So 4 sets, 8. We're on the 4th set. Let's finish this up so we can move on to upper body. All right, let's go. Okay, we did it. I'm gonna take a second to breathe. Next 2 exercises will be a superset. We'll do single arm floor press for 3 sets of 12, 10 to 12. And we'll do a bent over row, nice and simple. hammer your back, real easy. Everybody in the world has done these, and I keep doing them because they're one of the best exercises you can do for your back. So we'll superset those two for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps each one. And then we'll have our last exercise, which will be a little challenging, more of a stability like core exercise, but it's a good like cool down exercise. So I'm gonna get a sip of water. Take your rest. All right, so single arm floor press with this one. So I forgot to say this, but if you have a watch, make sure you've already flipped it around so you don't break it. We're gonna start here. If you have a hat on, flip it around so you can put your head on the ground. Same thing as like a clean or anything else. Get the hair from out of your face. You grab the inside corner of the bell right here, so that way your wrist is straight and not bent like this. You want strong grip, strong wrist, none of this flimsy nonsense. So you're gonna grab the bell right here, inside corner of the bell, grab with your other hand, bring it up, make sure everything's locked in place, and we're gonna go for 10 to 12 reps. This will be set 1. Slimy on the mat right now. And then take that other hand, bring the bell behind your head, smoothly set it on the ground, and same thing, grab the inside corner of the bell, bring it up like this. Let go of that other hand. I like to squeeze my fist because it makes me think of tension. And then you're gonna bring that elbow all the way to the ground and press for 10 reps. Grab the bell, bring it behind your head. Oh! So we'll take about 30 seconds between this and the bent over row, and then we'll take about a minute rest again, and then do set 2. But while I have you here on the floor while we're waiting for our minute, make sure you bring that bell all the way to the ground, drop your elbow. When you pause, don't let your arm get all loose and let it flop over. Make sure you're keeping tension in your chest, in your tricep, in your arm. You can either flare your elbow out to make it a little bit easier. You're gonna hit more like triceps, you bring it in a little bit more and press that way. So just make sure you don't lose tension and don't let your wrist break. All right, it's been about 30 seconds. So next thing is a single arm bent over row. Super easy. I'm literally just gonna do 12 on one side, switch over, 12 on the other side. So remember, hips back, grab the bell anywhere, inside corner, wherever you feel like it, and roll your waist for 10 to 12 reps. Make sure your core is tight. You're not letting the bell pull you over. Extend your arm all the way at the bottom. And pull that bell all the way to your waist. I don't know how many reps I just did there, but I'm gonna pretend like it's 12. Same thing on the other side, I'll actually count this time. Whew, that is set 1 of a superset. So a lot of you, maybe some of you, anyone who's seen any of my programs, I put like the A1, A2, B1, B2 stuff, that's always a superset. And any kind of like training material anywhere I've ever seen is usually written like that. So if you're asking like, are these done as a circuit? Can these be done as a circuit? Technically, yeah, you could do all these as a circuit if you wanted to, but for days like this, I like to break it down. Like I said, so you can focus on the movement. Just like with a lot of people, if they're like a beginner, obviously, doing a clean to squat enough is enough to make their brain just go, woo. So doing the one exercise by itself is nice. So that way you can focus on technique. Like I say, get a heavier weight if you want one or have one or can use one with good form. And then move on to the next exercise. So this will be set 2 of a superset. So back to the floor, 4 floor presses. I think it's been about a minute. Always flip the hat. If you're one of those people that like, when you press, you do that like head bob thing, try not to. Try to keep yourself like planted on the ground, nice and firm. Keep your core braced because the bell's gonna want to tip you over a little bit. Keep your feet planted flat. And it's time for some more reps. Remember, bring it behind your head, nice and smooth. Try to let both your arms do the work. Don't rip one arm off trying to do that. Bring it back up to the other side, lock it in, and go for 10. Whew, baby. Okay, 30 seconds. And then we do some more rows. I'm gonna take a break and get some water. If you're not hydrating, I highly recommend you keep water on hand. I said this in my last video, but I use Element-T, whatever. And like all the water that I drink when I work out is like sodium, potassium, magnesium, all the stuff that usually like sweat out. So I really like it. I feel like I perform a little bit better. It tastes really good, honestly. Element, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Take a sip of this, then we're gonna do the second half of the second set. So, bend over rows. Put it between your feet. Shoulder width stance. Hands back. Grab it. Numbers off. Switch sides. Same thing, 12 reps. Okay, 2 sets down, 1 more to go. We take another minute rest. Then we'll hit 1 more floor press, 1 more bend over row. We're only like 15 minutes into the workout right now. We're doing pretty good, guys. Windmills might take a second because they're nice and smooth and slow, so take your rest. Try not to talk as much as me and breathe out your nose. Only 1 more second. Dying. It's so hot. It's so hot. Oh my God, I'm drenched. Sweat rag. That's what I need. Woo. Bet you never worked out with anybody else like this on YouTube. All right, guys. 3rd and final set. Well, superset. Starting off with floor press. Last set's the best set. Remember, inside corner of the bell, keep that wrist tight. If you're not sweating yet, I don't know how. 10 reps. Oh, that was a grinder. Oh, yeah. Other side. Okay, floor press is done, yay. Time to flip the hat and hit some more rows. And then we've only got one exercise left. So if you need more than 30 seconds between these exercises, by all means take it. You feel free to like pause the video or whatever you need to do. You just make sure you get your reps. Like, as you can see, I was like kind of struggling on those last couple reps. I got them, but the goal is to get at least the prescribed reps that I put for each exercise. If you can get more than that, by all means do it. Don't get there and be like, I could have done 20 of those, and you only did 10. You're not really getting anything out of the workout if you do that. So push yourself. This is literally all I'm saying. So, all right, we got rows. Last set of 12. And sliding. Oh my God, we're done with this. All right, we have one more exercise. Take like 2 minutes rest on this one. Gather your thoughts. If you need less time, obviously, that's totally fine. Drink your water. I'm gonna leave this mat out. I'm gonna dry it off for you guys. So you don't see me like, have like an OSHA violation and like slip and fall or something like that. I don't think I can have an OSHA violation on myself, so. Whew. Windmills next. We'll be doing this next one half kneeling. So we're gonna do a half kneeling windmill. If you've never done these, you might hate me. If you have, you already know what's in store. All right, so half kneeling. Open your hips up, okay? So this is a hinge movement just like deadlift or RDL, anything like that. Here we're going to take the bell, extend it over your head on the same side that the leg is up, and drop down to your elbow, and then come back up. If it helps with stability, make sure you stare at the bell like it depends on, like your life depends on it. So down and back up. When you come back up, none of this weird nonsense. Squeeze your left glute. If it's this leg that's down, squeeze the glute of that side that is down, and drive your hips through all the way. Remember, it's a hinge exercise. Shoulder stability, shoulder rotation, mobility, core, all that good stuff. So we're only gonna do 3 sets of 6 of this. So same thing applies inside corner of the kettlebell. Take it in the front rack, press it overhead, stare at it, and you got 6. Same thing on the other side. Oh, these are exhausting. Make sure you're just going really slow and controlled with these. And like you saw me shaking a little bit. The hardest thing is literally locking your arm out at the top. So make sure you keep that arm extended the entire time. And just take your time. If you have to do it with just body weight, that's fine. Lower the weight, do whatever you gotta do. It's just like a really good cool down exercise. It's still challenging and works just about everything. We gotta do the left side still. Remember, nice and slow. Down to your hand, slow down to your elbow, and come back up. Oh, ooh, those are brutal. Okay, so we're gonna take another minute rest and then we'll do set 2. Yeah, I agree. Like sliding all over the place. I just gotta make sure I don't freaking bust my butt. Whew. You wanna get it from another angle or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the minute to get up.
Okay.
Yeah. So just, I mean, you can keep doing movement, like move around and.
Okay. Use it on that, use it on my face, whatever. Who cares? I'm taking a shower after this anyways.
You got 20 seconds left.
Okay.
For when I notice the minute.
I got you. Hydrate. Okay. It's been about a minute. Set 2. Now remember, inside corner of the bell. Take it in the front rack, use your other hand if you need to. Press it overhead, keep that arm extended all the way. Open up that hip. We got 6. Oh, okay. Whew, other side. Oh, yeah. Your boy is sweating like crazy. Whew, if you have to take a couple seconds, it's totally okay. Because I am. So if I can, you can. Whew, okay, 6 reps. One more set. I'm gonna sit here on the floor for the next minute. So don't mind me. We're wiped. We're feeling it. It's been a good 30 minutes though. My watch is now telling me recovery time delayed. I don't think I've gotten enough sleep this week, y'all. You may want to take it easy until you're fully recharged. Recovery time 10 hours. Always good to hear when you're filming a workout. Okay. So oddly enough, these are, simple looking. These are like the hardest exercise out of this entire workout, to be fair. These things are brutal. I love them / hate them. So for those of you that like Turkish get-ups, get really good at these. And you're gonna get really good at those. So overhead lunge and windmills. If you're a good technique and can go pretty heavy with those, then Turkish get-ups for you should be pretty easy. I don't like to do Turkish get-ups. I just don't like them. They're too taxing. There's too much going on. I like to focus on one movement at a time and hit it for reps. So that's why we do these. All right, we are on a 3rd set, and you know what they say: last set's the best set. At least I say that. I don't know if anybody else says that. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. 3 sets of 6. It's our last one. After this, we're done with the workout. For those of you who made it this far, congratulations. Let's go. Last set. Oh, one side, and go. Let's go, baby. Almost done. Almost done. Does anybody else talk to themselves when they're working out? You got this. You're almost there. There's a lot of self-motivation going on here. Okay, other side. We did it! Oh my God. Okay, so that took like right around 30 minutes. I think I started it. Oh, never mind, it didn't. That's covered in water. Yeah, it's about 30 minutes. Anyways, if you enjoyed that, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. If you want to see more like this, let me know. Thank you guys for joining the workout. I'll put the links to all my programs, the app, all my other socials, all that stuff on here. If you guys need like a change of pace with your training and you haven't tried kettlebells, I can promise you they'll humble you a lot more than you expect. They're really gnarly. They're really fun. That's why I've maintained my physique for the last 6 years, 5 years with just those little round balls. So anyways, thanks for checking out the workout. Let me know how it went. See you guys.